Hi, I'm Annika Chapin, Signature's Director of Artistic Development. The song Breathe from In the Heights is a beautiful example of contrasts. Written by Lin-Manuel Miranda, it's a lovely, gentle song about the love and support that the character Nina feels from her community, who has always believed in her future success. But because Nina feels she has failed, she has dropped out of college, unable to keep up with the work, the sound of that lovely, gentle support becomes almost weaponized. The kindness becomes a source of crushing pressure as Nina feels more and more guilt about what has happened and more impending panic about how she's going to tell her loved ones. Breathe is the second song in the Heights, the spot that would normally be the I Want song, illustrating what the protagonist wants. However, the opening number of In the Heights functions as a hybrid opening and I Want song for the show's primary protagonist, Usnavi, so this song allows us to get to know another major character, Nina, much better. The song takes place as Nina walks in her neighborhood back from college, but before she has told anyone she has dropped out, including her parents who have struggled to pay for her college. We hear Nina wrestling with her youth as the kid most likely to succeed, her love for and from the neighborhood, and the impending panic of having to tell her parents that she has failed, all in the music and lyrics of the song.
This is my street, I smile at the faces I've known all my life. They regard me with pride, and everyone's sweet. They say you're going places, so how can I say that while I was away? I had so much to hide. Hey guys, it's me, the biggest disappointment, you know. The kid couldn't hack it, she's back, and she's walking real slow. Welcome home, just breathe.
The song starts out as something diegetic, which means something that Nina is actually hearing in the neighborhood as she's walking down the street. It's a bolero, which is a type of old Cuban folk song, the kind that Nina grew up hearing. This song is all about the immense pressure Nina feels from the neighborhood, and starting with this old folk song adds a whole other layer to the guilt she feels. Although the melody is lovely and gentle, this song brings in the weight of Nina's heritage, generations of people before her who didn't have the same opportunities she did. The Spanish lyrics here translate to, keep walking the path of your life, breathe, and if you lose your way, God bless you, which I love because these lyrics might be very comforting to Nina if she were actively listening right now. They speak to a larger perspective on her situation. But it's clear when she sings that she's not really listening to anything outside herself. Instead, she's stuck in her own head in a bit of a panic. Her melody is a waltz, which is a circular dance, and here it adds to the sense that she is spinning or spiraling. And she begins by narrating where she is and what she and those around her are doing, as though reminding herself how to act normal when she's actually freaking out. And everything she's describing is so lovely, everyone being so sweet and telling her she's going places, which is normally kind. But for her right now, when she knows she's dropped out, it's torture. And we can feel her emotions break through when she sings about what she's not telling them. Hey guys, it's me, the biggest disappointment you know. And I love this line because it doesn't really scan. 4-syllable disappointment is sitting on a 3-syllable line. Lin-Manuel Miranda is a master lyricist, so I think this is intentional. Much like Shakespeare will break iambic pentameter when a thought or moment is jarring or different, I think this line is awkward because it's so out of keeping with those community expectations for Nina, and it's so hard for her to say. And then she's even harder on herself with the kid couldn't hack it, a pretty harsh line. And then she pulls back down for she's back and she's walking real slow. She reminds herself to breathe, and we get the sense that this is a cycle of self-blame and self-punishment she's repeated a lot. And then she mirrors the bolero by telling herself to breathe.
Just breathe. As the radio plays old forgotten boleros, I think of the days when the city was mine. I remember the praise I adoro, te quiero. The neighborhood waved and said, Nina, be brave and you're gonna be fine. Well, maybe it's me, but it all seemed like lifetimes ago. So what do I say to these faces that I used to know? Hey, I'm home, They're all counting on me to succeed. I am the one who made it out, the one who always made the grade. But maybe I should have just stayed up when
Then we get many voices joining in to sing the bolero, a beautiful illustration of the full neighborhood. But because of Nina's situation, anything that's especially kind or warm or beautiful in the neighborhood now only exacerbates her guilt. So she has these high notes on top of those voices, reminding herself to breathe. Then she allows the bolero to bring her back in time to her childhood when she got praise and support from the neighborhood for being so promising. And we can hear this from the neighborhood, both as an echo of them and from now. And once again, they're saying wonderful things that are awful for her to hear. We're not worried about you. There is our star. And we get this beautiful double reality. These voices are singing in Spanish, and Nina is sometimes echoing what they say in English. So we get the sense that they're both speaking to her, but also coming through her in a way. She's internalized all of this hope for her in this neighborhood, where she is the one that made it out. But once again, this builds for her and breaks free in the next part.
When I was a child, I stayed wide awake, climbed to the highest place on every fire escape, restless to climb. I got every scholarship, saved every dollar, the first to go to college, and right down the mine. I'm coming back home with my eyes on the horizon. Just me and the GWB. Asking Jean, Nina, what'll you be?
This section is very different. It's not the contained melancholy of the previous verses, but instead it's energetic and frustrated. She's upset. And the music here captures that, but also captures her restlessness as a kid, climbing as high as possible, literally, on the buildings while working as hard as she could to climb figuratively out of the neighborhood and onto academic success and beyond. But now she's back, and instead of looking up, she has her eyes on the horizon, right in front of her. And she describes the GWB, the George Washington Bridge, a looming presence in Washington Heights. And here, the only one who seems to know what has happened, and who's asking her a question about what happens next, instead of, like her neighbors, just telling her how much they believe in her. The music gets very spare here, and it feels like there's almost a comfort to someone knowing the truth, even if it's just a bridge.
Straighten the spine, smile for the neighbors. Everything is fine, everything is cool. The standard reply, lots of tests, lots of papers. Smile, wave goodbye, and pray to the sky. Oh God, and what will my parents say? Can I go in there and say, I know that I'm letting you down? Nina. Just
After this outburst, she calms herself again and goes back to the music from the beginning, where she's reminding herself how to act and how to respond to all the people around her with that same detachment. She's almost talking herself down. But it's not as successful this time because she's getting close to where she's going to have to tell those around her, including her parents. We get this spike of panic and despair at that thought, which is the worst part of this. As much as the pressure of the neighborhood's hopes for her have weighed on her, her parents have sacrificed the most for her, and she knows she's letting them down. And the song beautifully transitions out of this internal place where she's been stewing with all of this into something real. The final Nina isn't the voices of the neighborhood, potentially in her head. It's Abuela Claudia welcoming her in. And Nina's final breathe is a very real instruction to herself for the interactions she's about to have with Abuela Claudia, with the people in the neighborhood, and especially with her parents, letting everyone down. It beautifully brings us out of the song and back into the scene.